Good morning everyone. Our topic is all about the Blaan tribe. Blaan tribe. So what is Blaan? Blaan, it is originated from the combination of Bila means house and Anaman, it means a people, and it is a suggesting that it is refer to a people living in houses. It is also be a variant name of the lake where the Blaan live, the Lake Buluan. The other names for the Blaan groups it includes Bilaan, Biraan, Baraan, Bilan, Tagalagat, Taga, Kogon, and etc. Blaan are the group of people who inhabit the southern part of South Cotabato and Davao del Sur, as well as the areas around Buluan Lake in North Cotabato. Blaan tribe, Blaan people, they also live in Sarangani Islands, known as Sarangani Manobo, and it can be found in Sultan Kudarat, Maguindanao, and Cape San Agustin in Davao Oriental. Can be classified into three groups, which are the highlands, those from plains, and those from coastal areas. The history of Blaan tribe is the Blaan tribe. It is a indigenous groups of southern Philippines, and they have a rich culture that's seen in their colorful clothing. And as you can see in this pic, these are the Blaan tribe. These are the Blaan people. Yan. Sa tribe na nila or nasa habits na nila yung pagbe-beadwork and yung traditional weaving. Then before the colonization, they live in the mountains, farming and hunting, while they are preserving their own language and beliefs. Then yan, yung the way na magtahi sila is unique. Then while yung magbe-beadwork sa yan, habit nasa tradition na nila yung pagbe-beadwork and yung pagbe-weaving. Yan, 'di ba? Masyado silang talented person. The two processes in Blaan weddings, it has a dimulod and kinafi. Dimulod naman is it is sending grooms to the bride's house, while the kinafi, it is a fetching the bride from her house, so the wedding will be done in the groom's house. As you can see in this pic, yan, yung nasa likod is yung groom na nag-ride sa may horse kasama yung mga kasama ng groom. Then as you can see sa pic is meron silang dalang instrument na gong. Bakit nga ba nape-play sila nung gong during nung pag-arrive nung groom? Because playing the gong, it is a important role to them. Why? Because it informs everyone that the groom and company are arriving to the bride. Yan, parang gina-alerto nila yung lahat na nandito na yung groom, yun, napaparating na, ganyan. Kaya nila gina-play yung gong. Yan. Then, during the wedding ceremony, is meron yan silang ginagawang rituals sa tribe nila. Ito na yung yan, putting the rice in their head. Yan. Kanila is napaka-unique kasi nilalagay yung isang pirasong kanin is nilalagay yan sa ulo ng mag-couple. Yan. And then yung separating and raising the couples. Yan. Nakita mo yung babae is nasa gitna din, parang ginaangat niya yung mag-couple. Malalaman niyo kung bakit ginagawa ng Blaan tribe yung mga ganyan na rituals. Then ito, yung raising sword ng groom. Yan. Yan, ginagawa din nila during wedding rituals. Then yung joining the head together of the couple, yung ginanon. Yung mga wedding rituals na ginagawa nila during the wedding ceremony meron yan siya meaning. Una nung pinakita ko sa inyo, nung putting the rice in the head, yun, may meaning yun. It depicts the abundance. Then nung putting the distance and raising the couple's hand, yung sa pic din, meron siya, it signifies strength. Despite the challenges may come to the couple's endeavor. No meaning nun is parang, ito na yung nagsisignify siya ng lakas para kahit in case na may challenges na mangyari sa mga couple is may lakas sila na kayanin yun together, diba? Yun. Pero mas better if you are facing it together, the challenges, diba? So yun. Then raising sword, yung pagtaas nung groom ng espada, it signifies that the groom can protect his wife, his children, family, and as well as his relatives. Yan. Then nung pag-join nung head together nung couple is, it depicts the union of their mind. Parang like, it means, kaya ginagawa nila nun is para yung mag-partner is magka-agreean sila pagdating sa mga decision, like yung hindi sila magkaaway lang dahil sa decision ng isa, ganun. Kumbaga like, parang sa sarili ko lang opinion na like, kaya ganun yung meaning is para pag once na yung mag-couple is may mga decision na hindi pagkakaunawaan, is magkakasundo pa rin sila or may pagkakaunawa pa rin dun sa isa't isa. Parang your partner is respecting your decision, parang ganun, as long as it is right, diba? Then next naman is after nung wedding ceremony nung blaan yan, after nang ginagawa nila is yung mag-couple is pumupunta sila sa may river. And then nung once na sa river na sila, yung paano mag-couple is ilulubog nila yun doon. Then yung may meaning din yan, it signifies that the patience and calmness. In the wedding of blaan, yung food, when it comes in food, food is served artistically. Yan, nakita niyo dyan sa pic. Napaka-artistic. Hindi siya like yung ginagawa natin during yung sa ating pag-wedding ceremony natin is like yung nagkakita na lang tayo, ganun, or what. Pero sa kanila is pag yung food na nila is sinaserve nila artistically, like yung ginalagay nila sa may dahon ng saging, then parang may mga design na ginawa yung dyan, yung lola dyan sa may picture, parang pa-triangle ata yun, ganun. Tapos tinatali-tali siya. Then ang blaan is meron sila yung singklat, then slantay, maligay, and tambumbo. Yan, meron din yan sila mga ganyan. Ang singklat is yung like yung kumakanta, ganun. Then if yung wedding rituals hindi ginawa, is may chances daw na yung mag-partner or mag-couple is maka-encounter ng kamalasan or curse sa pamilya. Kasi nga yung rituals na ginagawa yung bawat rituals na ginagawa sa blaan is it is play an important role, and parang mahalaga sa kanila na gawin yun para iwasan siguro sa mga kasabihan sa kanila na para maka-encounter ng kamalasan, mga ganun. Then nila ilubog yung paa nila sa may river. After nun is babalik sila, pero before sila babalik is they pick the 8 pieces of lingabong leaves. Yan, nakikita niyo dyan sa may picture, yung parang may bahay-bahay, yung bahay kubo dyan, yung mga dahon-dahon yan yung lingabong leaves, and 8 pieces of sticks, and the couple are bring it to where the wedding ceremony was held, kung saan ginanap yung kasal nila dyan. As long as kung saan ginheld yung wedding, doon dapat nila ilalagay yun. and put it on the roof of the kitchen facing in the east, and it signifies that whatever challenges, God is with them. So pag once na ginagawa nila yun is parang iisipin nila na kahit anong challenges na magdating sa buhay nila is kasama nila si Lord, diba? Kahit anong mangyari, kahit mahirap yung pinagdadaanan nila, lagi nilang isipin na nandiyan si Lord na gumagabay sa kanila. So yun yung mga paniniwala nung Blaan people. Yan.
Bilaan culture. The Bilaan are an indigenous group from southern Mindanao, especially in Sarangani, South Cotabato, and Davao del Sur. Their culture is rich, colorful, and deeply rooted in nature and the spirit world. Their lifestyle. They traditionally practice farming, hunting, fishing, and handicraft, like weaving and brass making. Their art and clothing, called Mabal Tabi, hand-woven textile made from abaca fiber, often dyed with natural colors. Another is beadworking and embroidery. They create intricate bead design for clothing and accessories. Their music and dance. They use a gong, large gongs, and kulintang, a set of small gongs arranged horizontally. Dances, and their dances often imitate natural movements like birds or daily activities, and are used during ceremonies. And their community. They live in tightly knit group led by a dato or a chief. And babaylan, ito yung spiritual leaders or healers. So, ito yung mga pictures kung paano ba nila gawin yung mga damit nila, and ano ba yung mga damit nila, paano sila sumayaw, and paano nga ba sila sa community nila. Next, Bilaan beliefs. Animism. Traditional Bilaan beliefs are animistic. They believe that spirits inhabit nature, such as mountains, rivers, forests, and even stone. Ancestral worship. They honor their ancestors, spirits who they believe continue to influence the living. Deities and spirits. Tawag nila ay Melu, one of their supreme deities often associated with creation. Other is spirits control weather, fertility, health, and death, soul, and afterlife. They believe that after death, a person's soul travels to another world and rituals must be performed to ensure safe passage. Another is Bilaan rituals. So, first, birth rituals. When a child is born, ceremonies involve prayers for health, protection, and guidance. Another is healing rituals. The Babaylan performs rituals involving chants, prayers, and herbs to heal sicknesses believed to be caused by displeased spirits. Another is harvest rituals. They perform offering to thank the spirits for a bountiful harvest or to ask for protection against pests and natural disasters. Death rituals. They have elaborate death rituals to guide the deceased's souls to the spiritual. Other is wakes could last for several days with singing, prayers, and offering. Another is peace pacts and marriages. Rituals involving exchanges for gifts, singing, and community gatherings help settle conflict or bind two families together.
The Blaan people are one of the indigenous Lumad groups of the southern Philippines, primarily found in the provinces of South Cotabato, Sarangani, and Davao del Sur. Known for their rich cultural heritage, the Blaan are especially notable for their traditional weaving, intricate clothing, exquisite brasswork, and distinctive weaponry. This artistic and functional expression of their material culture not only serve daily and ceremonial purposes, but also strongly reflect their identity, cosmology, and craftsmanship. Okay, let's proceed to the traditional weaving of the Blaan people. Blaan people are master weavers, so kilala sila sa technique or sa kanilang ginagawa na technique na mabal tabi. So, the word tabi, it refers to their hand-woven abaka. So, yun na yung fabric na ginagamit nila na gawa sa banana fiber. The Blaan primarily use abaka fibers, which are hand-stripped dye using natural plant-based dyes, and then woven in the backstrap looms. So, yung abaka fiber, which is galing sa banana, so iniisa-isa nila ito o kinakamay nila para maging hibla na siya. So magagamit nila yun para gumawa ng fabric. So pagdating naman sa kulay niya, gumagamit sila ng mga plant-based. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng pampakulay na galing sa ugat, pwede rin sa dahon, pwede rin sa bulaklak, o pwede rin sa puno. So, at dito naman sa backstrap looms, so, meron silang paraan kung paano sila maghabi. So, meron akong ipapakita na picture. Ito na yung tinatawag natin na backstrap looms. So, take a look with the picture. So, itong babae, makikita natin na meron siyang tali sa kanyang bewang. At sa kabila naman, itong kulay green na tali, pwede itong nakatali sa puno or pwede itong nakatali sa mga poste. So, itong backstrap looms na kanilang paraan ng paghahabi ay ginagawa nila ito upang makapaggawa sila ng magandang disenyo. So, kumbaga pa, minamano-mano nila ito para pulido ang kanilang disenyo sa kanilang hinahabi na fabric o hinahabi nila na tela. Ang weaving often features like geometric patterns, zigzag, and diamond motifs representing aspects of nature, their beliefs, and ancestral narratives. So, every pattern is symbolic. Some relate to the cosmos, others to tribal lineage or historical events. So, meron akong papakita na picture. So, itong mga picture na ito na yung mga kanilang disenyo sa kanilang paghahabi. So, may iba't ibang design sila. So, makikita natin dito. Ito na yun. May mga pazigzag-zigzag sila. Ayan. So, ito. Meron akong ipapakita sa inyo na video kung saan, paano nila hinahabi yung malong. So, napaka-busisi ng trabaho nito kasi pansinin ninyo, ililipat niya naman itong parang kahoy na may sinuli. Ilipat niya sa kaliwa. Tapos, pa-slide na naman papunta sa kanan. Tapos, meron na naman siyang hihilain. Tapos, yung kahoy na may sinuli, ibabalik niya naman sa kanan. Tapos, meron naman siyang hilain. So, okay, let's proceed to the clothing style of the Blaan people. The traditional clothing of the Blaan people is a visual symphony of color, craftsmanship, and cultural pride. Every stitch, bead, and weave carries meaning passed down through generation as a living heritage. It is not merely attire, it is a cultural canvas that reflects their identity, artistry, and worldview. Women attire, so meron silang blouse, tinatawag nila ito na kegal nisip. So, hindi ako masyadong maalam sa pronunciation ng Blaan. So, kegal nisip. So, this is a tight-fitting, long-sleeve blouse made from black or dark-colored fabric. So, richly adorned with the bright embroidery and glass seeds beads. So, intricate patterns, geometric shapes, zigzag, diamond are stitched across the sleeves, shoulder, and chest. So, each motif tells a story or reflects tribal identity. Meron silang skirt. So, tinatawag nila ito na tabi. The tabi is a wrap-around skirt made from hand-woven abaca fibers dyed with natural pigment and often decorated with subtle patterns. It is fastened at the waist and a woven belt and sometimes feature tiny brass bells or amulets that jingle as the wearer moves. Also, they have necklace, so they call it limbut, and their bracelet is bangkulit, and the ear ornaments or the sambit. So, these are made of brass, beads, and sometimes shells. So, belt chain and layered beaded sachets. Belt chains and layered beaded sachets with tiny bells attached to ward off evil spirits. Some women wear brass coils, armlets, or anklets, so passed down as heirlooms. Sa men attires naman, so meron silang embroidered shirt o tinatawag nila na saul. A long-sleeved shirt made of dark fabric featuring simpler embroidery along the chest, cuffs, and shoulders. The colors are often symbolic, red for bravery and white for purity. Sa trousers naman, meron silang tinatawag na salwar. So, matching trousers also contain subtle embroidery for special occasion. They may wear a woven sash or decorative belt. So, sa headdress, meron silang headdress. So, headdress and sashes. On ceremonial days, men wear headscarves or bandanas, sometimes adorned with a beadwork or feathers, and carry items like the falu or the sword as part of the traditional regalia. Okay, let's proceed to the metalwork artistry of the Blaan people. The Blaan people of southern Mindanao are widely recognized for their exceptional skills in brass casting, a craft that blends artistic expression with cultural and spiritual significance. Among the many indigenous groups in the Philippines, the Blaan stand out as masters of metals, preserving techniques, and date back generation. Mga halimbawa ng mga metalworks ng mga Blaan people. So, the kumbing or brass gong, a traditional flat gong used in rituals and celebration, played during weddings, harvest and healing ceremonies symbolize unity and spiritual communication. The next one is the kagal or yung belt buckle nila. So, worn as part of the traditional attire, especially men and dancers, crafted with the intricate design, often symbolizing nature and ancestral figures. Sometimes includes bells or pendant for added significance and sounds. Kolon, ito na yung kanilang brass bells. So, tiny circular or tubular bells attached to women's skirts, belts, and jewelry, believed to repel evil spirits and protect the wearer spiritually. The jiggling sound is also used to announce movement in rituals or dances. Limbut, ito na yung kanilang necklace. So, a layered brass and beaded necklace worn by women. So, babae naman ang sumusuot nito. So, may include tiny brass discs or bells and natural elements like shell or seeds. Kel babat or the brass anklet or armlet. So, coil-like brass jewelry worn around the ankle or the forearms. So, let's proceed to the weaponry of the Blaan people. Weaponry among the Blaan people is not only a tool for defense or hunting, but also a symbol of status, bravery, and cultural identity. The Blaan are known for their fine craftsmanship in creating weapons that are not only functional, but also rich in symbolism and artistry. These weapons plays a vital role in rituals, ceremony, and daily life, reflecting the Blaan relationship with the natural world and their ancestors. So, the first one is the fais, double-edged sword. The fais is a traditional double-edged sword typically used by male warriors and community leaders. It has a straight, double-edged blade that is designed for both cutting and thrusting. The blade is often used from high-quality metal and is finely sharpened. The next one is the sundang, so the single-edged kris. Sundang is a single-edged kris, a type of blade known for its wavy and serpentine shape. The blade has a distinctive curve designed for slashing rather than stabbing. This weapon is often used in ceremonial contexts and it is considered as a sacred tool. Klung or ito na yung shield nila. Klung is typically made of wood or rattan, often covered in the leather for added protection. The shield may be adorned with the painted symbols or woven patterns that represent various spiritual beliefs, such as ancestral spirits or protective forces. Bow and arrows, or tinatawag nila na segti. The arrows consisted of a bamboo shaft with a steel head. The segti, or bow and arrow, are fashioned from wood and arrows looped with sharp metal points. The steel heads was fastened to the bamboo shaft by layers or woven rattan mine. The Blaan people have a rich and vibrant culture deeply rooted in their tradition, environment, and spiritually. Through their weaving, clothing, brasswork, and weaponry, that express not only their creativity and craftsmanship, but also their belief, identity, and connection to their ancestors. Cultural practice are more than just art. They are a living heritage passed down through generation. I hope you learned something about the Blaan people. So, sana meron po kayong natutunan sa aming group reporting. So, thank you sa pakikinig. Thank you, ma'am.